My wife invited her whole family to live with us for free without asking me. We fought, and she called me an orphan loser, so I secretly did something they never expected. I'm 31, work in marketing. My wife, Kathy, 30, and I have been together 6 years, married for 2. Our relationship was normal, except for one thing. Her family. Big family. Her parents, 3 siblings, all living together in the house her grandfather left them. She's extremely close to them, which I appreciated since I didn't grow up with that. But the past few months, they'd been constantly pushing us to have kids. Every visit, someone would bring it up. We'd explained multiple times we weren't ready, but they wouldn't stop. Even her siblings, all in their 20s, would lecture us about how having kids was the greatest idea. It made us both uncomfortable. I wanted to tell them to back off, but Kathy said no. My family's always been involved in my life. They don't have bad intentions, so just let it go. I didn't like it, but I didn't want to hurt her. So whenever they'd bring up kids, we'd just nod and smile until they dropped it. That's why I'd been distancing myself from them lately. 2 weeks ago, their house had a major fire. It's being reconstructed now. Insurance covers everything, but it'll take months. The insurance would only cover temporary accommodation for a couple weeks. Then they'd be on their own. Here's the thing. All her siblings still lived at home. Nobody moves out in her family unless they absolutely have to. That's fine. Saves money. I get it. What I don't get is why her adult siblings with jobs can't find their own temporary places. Kathy decided to invite her parents to stay with us. Didn't discuss it with me first. Just told me after. Had it been just her parents, I would have been fine with it. But she also told me her siblings were coming. All 3. And none of them would be paying rent. I had a huge problem with that. Her siblings are all in their 20s with jobs. They can afford rent. It's unreasonable to expect the 2 of us to handle expenses for 7 adults total. I told her we couldn't afford this. We might be able to support her parents for free, but not her siblings too. They have jobs. They can contribute or find their own places. Kathy threw a tantrum, called me selfish. They're adults with jobs, I kept saying. They'll be fine. She insisted she needed her whole family here because she wanted to be there for them. She'd already promised them they wouldn't pay for anything, and she wouldn't go back on her word because that would make us look like cheapskates. Never mind that we'd actually go broke trying to live up to what she promised without thinking. We argued for half an hour. I tried to keep my cool, but it was getting difficult. She kept making it sound like I was the one who didn't understand. Finally, she snapped at me. You're never going to understand. It was foolish of me to expect you to even try and sympathize because you're just an orphaned loser and you're never going to get what I'm feeling. That hit me really hard. Everyone who knows me knows that's a sore spot. I lost my parents in a car accident when I was 9. Got passed around from relative to relative until my dad's uncle adopted me at 13 just so I'd have a permanent home. He was nice enough, but there was no emotional connection. He was too busy with work. I lost him to cancer a couple years ago. My parents, my family, their absence, that's a trigger for me. Kathy of all people knows that. I was so shocked I didn't say anything for hours. I locked myself in my office hoping she'd come apologize. She didn't. The next day, she just left for work without looking back. I was really disappointed. Had a total breakdown. Then I decided I was going to leave. It was a low blow. If she didn't even feel sorry about it, she clearly didn't love or respect me as much as I thought. Because if I'd been in her place, no matter how angry, I would never say something like that. That day while she was at work, I contacted the landlord, told him I wanted to end my lease. He arranged it. I started packing. With a couple bags of essentials, I drove to a friend's house. I've been staying with him ever since. Even after I left, Kathy didn't try to reach out. It felt like this made no difference to her at all. I've been miserable for the past week, contemplating calling a lawyer about divorce. A few days ago, I finalized ending the lease agreement. The landlord approached Kathy to discuss it since now she'd be the primary tenant. That's how she found out. Click here to watch next.